Usual 15:01 team thrust, a high performer usually during this autonomous period. They're hoping to score a coral anywhere on the reef, and as long as all of their teammates cross that black starting line, they get those autonomous ranking point bonus. Both teams appearing to successfully have done so. The remaining 2 minutes and 15 seconds is all teleoperated as human players pick up the controllers and drive the robots that their team drove and built for the last 8 weeks. Team 4485 working hard. That's TribeTech Robotics. One of the few algae bots they're focusing on clearing up those additional game piece locations for the reef area. As they continue to wander around the field, Team 1746 Harrison Boiler Robotics is picking up additional coral from their human player station. They have a unique post-based design. Only one wheel there needed to capture that game piece and provide it to their human station. Team 3494, the quadrangles, in a similar vein, has different mechanisms depending on where they're placing on that reef. Team 4485, CrowdCheck, now staring directly into the barge itself, scoring 4 points for their alliance. Teams bypassing that processor. It is worth additional points, but you do immediately pass it over to your opponents and then give them a chance for 4 points. Team 4485 continuing to score all over the field today. With a coral in place, they remove that algae, opening opportunities for additional scoring locations. 292 Panther Tech on the far side of the field, preparing for some bumper-on-bumper action. That contact is allowed as long as it's kept to a minimum and done outside the protected reef area. Team 8742 continuing to wander around the field of play. Their Team Argyle attack. They're getting game pieces from their human player station. That's the only place to get additional coral into the field of play once we've exhausted the 6 that started on the field. 47 seconds remaining and just moments away from the scores. Pretty tied up with 96-83. Both teams agreeing to cooperation. That's that handshake icon you see on the audience display. That's going to lower the threshold from 4 of the coral reefs needing to be filled to just 3 of those levels. Filled meaning 5 game pieces or more. 25 seconds remaining in the match. Blue just eking ahead by 10 points, but that can be changed with just a few pieces of algae or coral. We heard that sonar ping. We're now in the end game. The last 20 seconds, we'll start to see teams making their way over to those chains to get elevated off the ground. They need to sustain that elevation 5 seconds off the match for them to get those points. 1747 proudly off the ground. Teams joining them shortly, getting points for just parking alone. And that's about all time we have for qualification match 66 here at the Finn District Kokomo event presented by Andy Mark. With 4 ranking points, 3 for winning, and they're working autonomous. Red Alliance not to be outdone, still getting those 2 ranking points, again, for their working autonomous and for getting more than 12 points in the barge endgame. Very tight match, and stick tight for qualification match 67.